Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
people, we are here. It's the Trapmore Ross interview time, and I'm here. I'm here with a real LA legend, a real mogul in the game, in the content game, in the fashion game, in damn near every game
Let's
except for
go.
you know what I'm saying, except for the dope game, as far as I'm aware. So I'm here with my guy right now, Blazzy, in the
Man.
building, bro.
Hey, I appreciate the
I'm aware.
introduction, bro. That's
So I'm here.
real. I'm right here with Trap Lord Ross. I feel the same thing about you. Literally verbatim, man. So I'm appreciative that you brought me on here, man. What's up?
Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Listen, I was in LA a little while ago, and I was literally there for like three days, bro. I really wanted to link with you. I did end up linking with Yuri. Like, I had a real last minute, like, little dirty adventure with Yuri. Like, literally, I landed and went straight to Yuri's crib. He took me to the most ghetto dispensary I ever been to in my life,
Oh
bro. It was
my goodness.
crazy.
I bet that bitch was just painted green, a little dirty, and just like the most finest bud tenders.
Bro, you know what? It was like almost felt like some prohibition era shit, bro. It was like damn near a speakeasy, bro. It looked like the trap house, and then suddenly we're in a fine establishment. But anyway, I ain't trying to
Yeah,
get nobody locked up before 60 seconds into the interview. But anyway, man, it's lit. I didn't get to see you in LA. I hit you up. I wanted to get you on the live for a little conversation, and we in here, man. So how you doing, man? What's going on?
man, I'm doing really great. We just started the new year last week, and I feel like we already set the tone for what's to come this year. I got a new product coming out this week. I got the it's called the N Sound 5. It's an intense chamber that appears to look like a speaker, and we're excited to finally bring it out. And I feel it's just gonna it's really gonna set the tone for the products I got coming out this year.
Bro, I hit you up after I saw that, bro. I love that product. So I'm just looking at it in another window right now, bro. Just the because that's the classic. Like, I don't really know much about like speakers or like studio monitors, but like I do know that when I go to studios, when I go to rappers got the home studio, that's the speakers that they got. And then to see that with the like smoke pouring out it was one of the dopest designs. There it is, bro. It's absolutely
Yeah,
lit.
man. It was something that we've just it took us a while to get this thing right just because of I forgot that like smoke has to almost get navigated as far as like how you want it to come out. And it was a lot of back and forth trying to get this thing right, but we finally got it done. And it's always exciting to hear people's perspective on the products that come out. Like I don't mean to toot my own horn, but like I got an oddly amount of a bunch of people saying like this is the best product you ever dropped, and like to hear that in like your third or fourth year going in on it, that's like that's very excited and motivating to hear. So, it's a product that we're excited to release, and it's gonna come out on Friday. So everyone who wants to tune in, go ahead and check that out. Like
What I love about that product, man, and what I love about your stuff is it's like it's a completely unique object, but somehow it really like captures the culture. You know what I'm saying? I've done
yeah,
seen that set of speakers in a million studios with a million rap songs coming out of it, and I could have never imagined creating a product like this. That's like it's like a piece of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you come up with shit where you're taking shit that people that like the stuff that we're into see every day, and then you're turning it into this like swag, this sauce that you might have on your desk, and it's just sick.
100%.
Like, how do you come up with that shit, bro?
Well, the first thing and nothing personal, the first question you got to answer is we want to create something. You got to create something that nobody has that everybody wants, which is kind
Mm.
of a hard question. You got to do some soul searching when it comes to that. But, I'm inspired by vintage. And what I mean by that is, if I were to walk into Goodwill, you might see something of this nature, but as a boombox, and I'm big on just creating something that's modern and something that captures our time today. I think people they get stuck on making t-shirts and they put like an old Corvette, they'll put like an old gun, some old dollar bills on the shirt when it's like, no, bro, what you want people to do is look at this shit in 30 years and be like, okay, I get it. It captures that time, so there is definitely some elements of juxtaposition. I mean, we want to make sure that all these products have a punchline, but what's one of the top main things that we look out for is definitely making sure that is relevant to our time. It's nothing that is about our father or about our grandfather's time. It's really just about like releasing products that like we can relate to.
Bro, you know what, man? You said something crazy there where you said you kind of create products that have like a punchline. And
Yes. Well,
like
I
that's a
call them
crazy.
icebreakers. These products are
Mm.
icebreakers.
You know what? It's interesting, man, because it's like your products do be making me laugh, bro. I remember you did the what was it, the jumbo cone crayons. And like
Yes.
I looked at that and I didn't. It took me a minute to work out what I was looking at, and then I was just like, "Oh damn! Like these are cones. They look like like it's like an object that is a punchline, bro. That's like you're literally
Exactly.
making.
Exactly. And I'm a consumer at the end of the day. Like, if it wasn't me creating these products, it'd still be the same products I'd be seeking to find. Like, I want all of these products to kind of be approachable and understood without having to know who Blazzy is. Like, beyond these stickers, which we're including, within the pack, but like if these stickers weren't on there, nothing about this says Blazzy. You know what I mean? There's not a big ass graphic that says nothing personal on it beyond the stickers. But like, this whole thing comes plain, and like, we try to make sure that gets covered as well, and nothing personal. Like we want products to stand by themselves. I don't want it to be judged by like my hype or like what nothing personal represents. I just want these products to stand alone. And if someone could go into a random shop and buy these without having to care or know who I am, I feel like the mission is accomplished.
Yeah, bro. Listen, you're thinking big, man. I feel like one thing a lot of people don't do is that they don't think bigger than themselves. You know, they're so caught up in trying to get clout, trying to hype themselves and their own brand up that they don't think bigger to the point of like you're trying to create a product that somebody's going to see and enjoy, and they could have never heard of you in their life.
100%. That's all I want people to associate with nothing personal on. Like, I don't want them, Blasi, I'm already an individual. It's ironic how you say that people try to like set their ego first or anything like that when, I feel like, and still to this very day, like people do kind of like receive like they find out my nothing personal products just by following Blasi. You know what I mean? And for the longest, I mean, that it still bugs me, but I've always told myself like, Blasi, you gotta make it a thing on your brand account, not to have anything that's all about you. You're not gonna see no photos of me on the nothing personal page. Like that's very important. That's something that we still practice to this day. We're just trying to share. We're just trying to broadcast great ideas.
So you kind of explained how your products, they're almost like, in a way, they're kind of like a snapshot of the culture, or like you're sort of capturing things that people are interested in right now. Like, how do you keep your finger on the pulse? Like, what are you taking in? What are the things that are inspiring you when it comes to looking at products?
So what inspires me is we don't really have a mood board here. We don't have test tubes of products and concepts. It really stems from just having good ass conversation with my homies. Like we're all creative naturally, and like, you just crack a joke and like you're like, oh, that would be a hard ass incense chamber. Like, all right, that's funny, but what if we did that as an ashtray? And like I feel like me and my homies are just so wired to thinking about products constantly that it comes natural. And to offset the time it takes to create these, and expecting to come up with new ideas, like most of these products take like 9 months to a year to fully develop anyway, so you have about 9 months to a year to think of some new shit. So by then it's already like crossed our mind. And I'm such a forgetful person. Like it goes one ear and out the other 9 times out of 10 for me. So what I do is I write every single idea I have, every single idea. I'm constantly on my notes tab, and I review it throughout the month. I'll just keep it in my notes tab. I'll read it every day. Be like, is this still meaningful to me? Was this a dumbass idea? And it goes through a lot of yeses before it comes to market. Like, there's not a product that like I've ever like held to just my own and never show nobody. Like every single product I release sees at least 50 faces. You know what I mean? Before it comes out. It's a lot of stuff. I'm sitting beside a whole box of samples I have that probably won't come out just because I consider them to be like B+ products, and we're just trying to strike them with A+ quality every single time. So yeah, we find ourselves there as well.
I think quality control is a big thing, man. I think what really sets people apart, and this is something that I really bring into like when I'm making a documentary, is it's like, if you're trying to be like a real A+ kind of person, you gotta know the difference between a B and a C idea and an A+ idea. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be brutal.
Absolutely. You gotta be super crucial. Somebody's like fucking greatest plan they ever thought of wouldn't all the time scale up to what you think is the greatest plan of all time. Like, it definitely takes, it's a long and expensive process because some of these products I spent $5,000, $6,000. I was developing this lighter that we just didn't like at the end of the day, and it's just one of those things where, like Blazzy output is everything, especially with this game that you're in. Like, it's not like songs where like I could record something and put it out tomorrow. Like these products, your audience knows they take time as well. So they're really a reflection of where you're at currently. So there has been mishaps in the past. I've been doing this for 3 years. So of course I'm gonna run into some products where it's like, maybe, this was really a B plus rather than an A plus. This ain't no bend over Becky. And it only comes with time that I get more sharper and sharper at like figuring out what my audience wants. And I feel like I've really developed this relationship with the supporters on like, whatever I like, they like, where they like, I like. We've learned to communicate with each other through through products and stuff like that.
So, like, how do you categorize what you make? Because I feel like what's interesting about you is that a lot of the stuff that I see you making, I think is art. Like, I feel like it's art. Like the Bend Over Becky's damn near an art piece to me. So
Thank
it's
you so
like,
much.
is it fashion? Is it art? Is it
It's
like
definitely.
products?
So here's the thing. It's like, coming up, coming up period, when I was like in high school, there was this guy named Mr. Brainwash who had a popular Netflix documentary called Exit Through the Gift Shop. It was about Banksy and Shepard Fairey. I was obsessed with street art, man. I used to go to all the art shows for free at the time. And I was inspired by him, by people like Desire Obtain Cherish, Banksy, to mention again. It's like that's really where my roots come from. Like growing up in Paramount, it's like you either fucking tag bang or you skate. You know what I mean? And the tag banging just looked burnt out to me, so I kind of wanted to do stencils and weed paste like Obey was doing at the time, Shepard Fairey. And this all makes sense, I promise. And then from there, I just started doing that never really took me anywhere by the age I was 18. And so I just did cover art. And then through cover art, people just started wanting to put my graphics on t-shirts. And, here we are. So, at the end of the day, fashion really wasn't like my ultimate destination that I wanted to get to. It's really just like a checkpoint. And I'm very lucky and like proud that like the community was able to accept me. I'm not really like that into clothes, to be real with you. Like, what I really have fun is developing these products, and that's just that goes back to the whole street art thing. Is like I want to make stuff like Damien Hirst, like Jeff Koons in 10 years, or like Cause, to name a few. Like that's the stuff I'm really interested in, and I think I have a lot of longevity there. I just need to prove myself. I was with this very popular artist in Los Angeles couple weeks ago, and I was telling him how I want to like go into the art world, and he was telling me like, it's all about your network, all about your pace, and he was mentioning like most of these pieces would be considered art pieces already in my world. You just got to like scale it. You got to make these just like 10% bigger, 20% bigger, and I think that like at the end of the day, that's the world I'm trying to get into, is like the art world. Like it's something that I feel like has a major disconnect between me and my generation, like millennials and stuff. Like there's no art that like really speaks to us, so I'm trying to create that. I think that everyone's just like chickens without a head running around in that world. Like they're just so focused on creating like modern art and just bullshit, whereas I think like the real art speaks about like the times, the social climate, you know what I mean, like everything that's going on in the world. Like that's why Renaissance art is like so like people love it, because it just like reflects on the time. So I think that that's really what I want to do with my life.
I
It's
respect
definitely
that,
the
bro.
hard stuff. Yeah.
I feel like you know what I'm saying, you're kind of thinking bigger than a lot of people. I think there's so much to be said about like ideas and thinking big. A lot of people, especially when it comes to designing, they can't think beyond the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's as
Oh
far as
yeah.
they can think. So you're thinking further and bigger to the point where your products are becoming art. And I wanted to ask you, you kind of spoke about some of your inspirations from the art world. Are there like a lot of companies or products and things like that have inspired you as well? Because you're kind of cutting a fine line between business and art.
Well, to be completely honest with you, Ross, is like when I was growing up, bruh, I used to go to the 99-cent store, and I used to go to Goodwill with like $2. And I used to just look at products there. You know what I mean? I used to, oh, I could buy this chair, or I could buy this cool candle that I could leave in my room, and like I said, like I'm a consumer first. You go to my crib, it's nothing but knickknacks that I don't even make, like I'm just a fan of like good products that have functionality. And if I could provide that and use that same type of thinking to my products, then it's even better. Like But like for instance, like something like an ashtray, you know, like I'm so over the fact that like, you know, fuck what I got going on. Like there's nobody that puts out cool ashtrays. You know what I'm saying? And I just seized the opportunity to kind of fill in that lane. You know, till this day, we've been doing it for like 2, 3 years. I still don't see too many like creators developing products like that. So I'm really just trying to make sure I'm trying to fill in spaces that haven't been filled in yet. So that's kind of like what all these products serve. Like there isn't a guy who does piggy banks. There isn't someone who makes incense chambers like that. You know, so wherever it makes sense, I'm gonna apply it. And like, you know, I don't go out my way to be like, okay, today I need to make a car mat. You know what I mean? Today I may make this. You kind of just let the ideas just bless your mind and you just go from there.
Yeah, man, I really respect it, and I really love, like, I mean, the Bend Over Becky, I think was one of the first products that I think people really took note and sort of said like, this is beyond like, I wouldn't even want to use the term merch to describe what you do,
Yeah.
but it's damn near like I've spent a lot of time. People always say, oh, you know, I did a few t-shirts and shit right at the start of my career, and I didn't really feel like I believed in the products I was putting out, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I ain't trying to do anything like that. But when I saw you did the Bend Over Becky, I was like, damn, I was like, this is a product that like people can use every single day and really
Yes.
can connect to. Like, you know, saying I'm an occasional smoker, and it's like there's not too many accessories that you come across in your smoking life that are completely like not disposable. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
that's precious.
And that's all I want to do with my products. Like, you know, they sell themselves, you know, like whenever someone smokes or invites their friend over to smoke over their house and they have the Ash on Me Ashley or the Bend Over Becky there for them, it's like it becomes an icebreaker, it becomes a point of conversation, and they sell themselves. You know, they're able to like share what I got going on. And someone who's came up on the t-shirt game, who's done t-shirts for all the biggest brands, all the biggest rappers, like I could tell you, like I found myself in a weird stagnant situation 3, 4 years ago where it's like, you know, I'm developing these items. I'm going the hardest that anyone could possibly go, but like it's still not communicating to the people that I want to, you know. So, you know, sometimes you need something that you could like throw up in there, something that's 3D that you can just look at, you know. Sorry, about like last month, we went to Mexico City, me and my team, and there was a situation where we left the toy store. We were excited, you know, like we all planned, like, okay, let's go shopping. Where should we go shopping? Let's go to this toy store. We didn't say let's go to fucking Dover Street. Let's go to Zoom Hot Top, whatever, you know, like let's go to this toy store. We all left with bags of toys. And I told them, like, look at us, bro. We walking around. We all spent at least $100 in there. We all have toys. This is stuff that we like. Like, why the fuck are we not doubling down on selling these products? You know what I mean? There's obviously a market for it. And even from like an underground perspective, kind of like the area that I fill in, it's like there's no creators who want to do that, just because, you know, most of them get stuck on the t-shirt game where it's like, I mean, I could pre-order this, I could put it on my site and ship it out in 4 weeks, and that's that. Most of these products, like I mentioned, they take 9 months to a year to develop. No one wants to sit there for 9 months to a year but myself. And I really learned that from Colorful Mula over there at Glow Gang. You know, he does a great job at developing their merch, and I feel like Chief Keef has developed something that a lot of rappers wish they have, which is a universe that doesn't rely on their face. You know, like his glow game, his you know, his glow game universe is
Yeah.
amazing. Travis Scott doesn't even have some shit like that. Drake don't even have some shit like that where it's like, you know, you could just wear this shit as fly. All to say that I invited him to my office one day and I asked him, like, bro, how do you release so many products? Like, I'm over here trying. At the time, I was releasing like 10, 12 items. Last year, we did 40. I asked him, like, yo, how do you do it? He was like, bro, you just got to put, you know, 40, 50 items out in the air. That way you got something to look forward to every week. You know, at the beginning of the week, you got a new product to kind of like review and check out. And that way you're not just so bored all the time. So I learned from him. You know, I'm not even sure how I answered your last question, but you know, that's definitely my answer right there.
No, no, I respect it, bro. You're right. I mean, the Glow Gang shit is it just stands out, bro. It's just different. It really stands out above so much. Like I say, it goes beyond what you would call like merch, like a rapper merch. Like what he's done with Glow Gang, like I've always really admired it, and I've always felt like it goes over and above what people expect, and it's something I really respect because it's like, in a way, it's like that same ethos that I bring on when I do a video. It's like there's a million 15, 20-minute videos about Young Boy. I'm going to make a 6-hour video. It's going to take me months of blood, sweat, and tears, but ain't never going to be a thing like this that I've made. And you're doing that with shit in the real physical space. So I respect it a lot, man.
Yeah, we're kind of we're kind of similar on that way. I definitely feel you on that. Where it's just like we're gonna give this shit our all. We're gonna prove it to you that's the number one thing out there. You know.
So like, I don't know, man. I feel, I feel what you're doing is sick. I think you got a real bright future ahead of you, man. And I want to see like the Blazzy art piece, the 1 of 10. You know what I'm saying? The $1,000-$2,000 piece. Like, when are we gonna get a real expensive piece? Like, you ever thought of like selling some shit at auction or like, and
Absolutely.
stuff like that?
So this is probably the first place I'm gonna announce it, but we have an art show coming out in September, which I'm like
Okay.
super duper critical and trying to make sure this shit comes out perfect because yeah, Ross, that's really the direction I'm trying to take it to. You know, like clothing and these products are always gonna play a role in my business, but like definitely that's where I want to take it to. You know, I was telling my homie, it's like maybe I can't find 1,000 people to buy a couch, but I can find like 10. You know what I mean? I can find like a group of collectors, and that's how items like that get developed. That's the other tricky part is most of these products, you know, they range from around like $30 to $200. So, you know, it's also training that the audience to kind of like accept me for being at that $1,000 mark. But that's definitely no questions asked. Like undoubtedly the route I'm trying to take with my life. Like that's where I want to be in the next 5 years. You know, and we're heading towards there. But there'll definitely be, you know, like I have a matrix of products on my computer where it's just around like 180 items, everything from something completed to like bad ideas to like we're getting this sampled. And there's a whole sub list in there where it's just these make sense for an art show, these don't make sense for a product, which is kind of difficult because now I got to rewire my brain. I've created my thought process based around like, could I sell this as a product? Is this something I could ship out? But whenever it's in the context of an art show, like, yeah, you could charge an extra $600 for shipping, or like this could be feasible if you only drop 5 of them, you know. So that's bro, that's undoubtedly where I'm trying to take it to for sure.
I love that,
So,
bro.
so
Hey,
yeah,
I
September
I
this
need an
year will
invitation, bro.
no, bro, you're definitely invited. What
I'm pulling
we'll
up,
get it all
bro.
set up, and like I said, like I'm teaming up with like one of the top like artists in LA. You know what I mean? So like he told me like your network is everything, Blasi. Whatever you do, don't rush it. And like I really want to make sure I take the right steps. You know what I mean? Like the ball's in my court right now. I cannot mess this up when it comes to the art plan that I have. Um, but no, you are definitely invited. What?
Bro, I'm coming to blow a bag, bro. I need the first original, bro. Imagine getting an original Mr. Brainwash from the first show, bro. I'm ready to buy out all that shit.
Hey, the funny thing is, so he invited me to do his art show when I was like 16, right? I did some pieces there. He invited a bunch of street artists. I knew his
Mm.
homies. So my mom dropped me off when I was like 16, and I went in and did some pieces there, and he gave me 2 signed Mr. Brainwash prints. Now,
Damn.
I didn't have no money for prom, so I sold that shit to my econ teacher, my economy
Damn.
teacher, for like $600. I could have made like 2 bands today, not
Hey,
too, but like
bro,
they
the
were signed prints. Like, I've
bro,
always been a fan of art, you know.
bro, the econ teacher's definitely the one who's going to buy for the low and sell for the high. So,
Yeah, man.
you know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
Mr. Fairbanks at Paramount High School.
Bro, he made a bag off you, bro. That's tragic. But, bro, yeah, I'm ready to pull up, bro. I need a piece. I need a 1 of 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get auctioning, get my paddle and shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck
But
Banksy
like,
is Blasi.
I know this is something you just announced, so you haven't got to give away any source. But I can just already imagine, bro, because the way that you create your products, I'm sure that the way that you plan and you structure your event is going to be next level too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like the experience is going to be on another level just
I
being there.
definitely. I mean, like as someone who used to go to art shows like every weekend by myself, I used to take the train just to like see what's popping, bro. Like I'm gonna make sure that this is like such an experience that people are gonna want to visit multiple times. Like it's not just gonna be some shit on the wall or some shit in the middle of it. It's gonna be like a real experience that like they're gonna want to tell their friends and be like, "Look, bro, on Saturday I'm gonna take you. We're going." You know what I mean? That's the plan right there. That's what I
Man,
want reactions to be in like, and that's what really, you know, that's the source of all these equations to create a good time. Like you know the outcome you want to have, so you just got to solve for X and kind of like make your equation up. You know?
yeah, for real, bro. I think it's it's an opportunity to really like to really kind of blow people's minds and give them an experience that they're not going to forget. And you know, like you say, if you're selling these unique pieces for higher ticket items, you kind of want to cultivate an atmosphere where it feels like a one of a kind experience, and people are going to get their checkbooks out and spend some one of a kind money too. You know.
Definitely, but no, that's the plan. With that, that's what we're gonna roll out. You're literally this is the first place I mentioned it. you know, but we're probably not gonna announce this like officially till the summer, you know what I mean? So like if anyone catches this part of it, man, they know where they heard it first for sure. You brought
Bro.
it out in me, you know, and I wasn't even planning on having that conversation, but like just the way that that's flown, like, you know, it just makes sense just to bring that out there, you know.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I feel like it's you know what I'm saying, it's a special moment when me and you link up, man, because you know what I'm saying, it's
They
something
don't
that doesn't
know.
happen often, bro.
They don't know the Blazzy Ross lore, bro. They don't know that I was supposed to do graphics for you like 5 years ago. Isn't that crazy? 2019 or
Bro,
2020.
I,
What is it?
I,
Two?
I can't front, bro. I fumbled the bag, not going forward with the designs with you, man. I ain't gonna cap.
It's all good, bro. What? That was 4 years ago, but like it's insane that you know, me, I've been a fan of what you got going on, bro, since the first video. I wish I could remember what that. It was definitely like late 2018, early 2019. Like House Phone likes running around with this gatekeeper cape that he has, you know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, oh, I showed everybody this, you know, but hell
He
nah, my
did
boy,
though.
like
He showed me to a lot of people, man. That's the thing. I always
no,
give
he
credit to
definitely
House
did.
Phone. He put me on for
I,
real.
I mean, he's shit, I could speak on my behalf as well. Like, you know, he shouted me out on Instagram when I had like 600 followers talking about get Blazzy to 1,000. Like, he was rocking with me when I had like fucking regular day job at least a year before I quit. You know, so like, and it's even weirder, bro. Like his high school homies, I coincidentally worked like a full time job with when I was 18. Like and like it's just weird how the world works out like that. But no, shout out to House Phone, but no, I for sure found you out before he did.
Bro,
You know,
no,
but
definitely.
like he
House Phone's like a real mythical figure in my life because I've spoken to him so much. He's
thing.
put me on in front of so many people, but I've only spent 5 minutes in person with House Phone. Like I swear, I done chased House Phone all around the world, and like I done got him for like 5 minutes, and then he disappeared, and you know what I mean? We spoke a lot. He put me on a lot, but it's like I've only had this like magic moment with House Phone, bro. I need to have a full blown long catch up with him next time I'm in LA, man. We got to make it
Oh
happen.
yeah, no, he's the Los Angeles Loch Ness monster. You feel me? Only see him every now and then.
That's
If he's
facts,
that
bro.
out, but no, he's definitely you know me. If I ever gotta show someone something exciting and I want to get reaction out of someone, I'm gonna show it to House Phone because like he really got a taste for this shit, you know. And he himself, he's like a tastemaker, you know, like he like how we were mentioning, like he's put a lot of people on. He's exposed a lot of people to the world, you know. So me as you know an example, you know, I owe a lot to him. So he's like I said, he's helped me out a lot. You know, I was just doing cover art for his homie. I got on FaceTime with him. He was like, "Well, I thought you're from Minnesota." I'm like, "Nah, I'm from Paramount."
Crazy, bro. So I mean, like, bro, I honestly, I'm low key thinking of moving to LA. I ain't gonna cap. I was in LA a couple weeks back. I was only there for 3 days. I had such a good time. And like, bro, like I'm trying to become an American. Like, what do you think, bro? Like, what's your opinion? Because a lot of people be saying LA fell off and like all this type of shit. But bro,
No,
I
no,
love
but
it over there.
you know, if there's one thing people are absolutely right about LA, it's like you know, you get what you know, you'll really find what you seek for. What I mean by that is if you're looking for people who are hardworking, who got their head down 24/7 and just want to hustle, you're gonna find that. If you want to find an abundance of clout chasers where talk is cheap and no money gets moved, you know, there's definitely an abundance of that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you know, you really become a product of your environment in LA. Like you know, I'm from here, so it's definitely a different perspective. And, you know, it's a little bit harder just learning how to like work with people because you're just so used to just, I don't know, like, you know, I grew up like 10 miles away from like downtown, but it's such a disconnect from like my hometown to like Los Angeles culture that I kind of learned I had to like rewire my brain. But you know, I definitely think it's the best place to network. You know what I mean? If you're looking for people who are hardworking, who just want to lock in and not be weird, there's so many of that. But if you're also looking for weirdos who just want to like, you know, use you and shit, there's an abundance of that. But I'm very careful about like who I let into my world and shit like that. Like you could just smell it on someone who sells it. That's what they say, you know.
And that's
But
the
you
thing,
should
man.
definitely go to LA, bro. What? I think you'll be able to grow your page, you know what I mean? Like listen, all this like boogeyman talk of like, man, LA's dangerous. It definitely is, but like it's not as crazy as maybe people make it seem to be. I think probably Chicago looks crazier if anything. Like, what? Come on.
Yeah,
Like, I
that's the
think
thing.
that there's just a big ass like boogeyman or some shit in LA that doesn't exist, and everyone's just afraid of. They're like, oh no, the streets gonna get you. When it's like they will, but like you gotta like, kill someone or something like that. You know what I mean? To like be put on some lists like that. But like, I think AD said it best. Their pun, I quote them. They said like, out of all these dramas you ever seen on the internet, who's ever gone physical? Zero people. Maybe there's a couple exceptions to that. What I mean? You know a handful, but I think that nevertheless, like people like what like there's like everyone just beginning to work over here, and like if you want to have some drama filled business, like there's opportunities for that too. But if you just want to keep your head down, have good content, and just lock in and enjoy the weather, there's all that's what LA's for.
For real. I definitely am considering it, bro. I'm thinking about it real hard. The thing that I struggle with LA, bro, when you meet someone from LA, they damn near tell you everything about every area of LA. Don't go here, go here, go here. You should live here, live there. And bro, I'm out of my depth. I've asked all of my LA friends, like, whereabouts in LA should I live? And I done heard a million different opinions. And bro, the place is too big. I don't know where I'm supposed to end up. So like,
Listen,
if you
bro,
were my realtor, bro, where would you put
the
me?
thing is, I've lived in most parts outside of like north side of Los Angeles, but I've lived in like South Central. I lived in Southeast LA. I lived like Northeast LA. I lived in Central Los Angeles. Like I've been around to like most parts, but I think the only thing you don't want to be in is like they do a good job of like dividing it by the freeways, right? There's a whole system. Like you don't want to go south of the 10 freeway, you know what I mean? Just for someone who ain't from around here, that's when you start hitting like South Central, you know what I mean? Southeast LA, Inglewood's on the west side of that. And I think that don't go to downtown either. Like it's not what people make it. I mean, you probably already heard nightmare stories from there. It's very true. It's ugly. Everything smells like piss. You gotta get used to that. I would say like I don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause, like you
Bro, it's
could move to
hard.
east. You could move to East LA, and the truth is, you won't get robbed. You won't fucking get your car broken into. But like you probably won't enjoy it either. You know what I mean? Like you probably want to move to like Pasadena. You know what I mean? I give you a fair share of cities, and like it's always fun knowing though like what other LA residents tell you not to go to, because there's like areas where like my homies will be like, oh, I'll never send someone over there. I'm like, bro, it's friendly. It's just no one make too much money over there. That's the only problem.
Yeah, I had a few homies that lived in Pasadena. I went the first time I started coming to LA. This was like before YouTube. I had a homie that I went to school with that lived out in Pasadena, and like it was super nice, man. It's super suburban over there. But then, like, bro, driving to meet people in rush hour and shit. My God, bro,
Oh
it was a
yeah,
nightmare.
I have an expression. So like I live around like 25 to 30 minutes away from my office in downtown, and I have this expression, man. It's like, well, you just gotta hear an extra song on the way to work. You know what I mean? That's there's no problem about that. I don't know. I measure time with like the amount of songs I could listen to, but no, it's that. And before doing all this dope shit, like I was working as like a truck driver, man. Like I was bringing packages from like these warehouses in LAX and dropping off to different like medical laboratories throughout LA. So like I've spent a lot of time in traffic. I was doing that for 2 years full time, like 10 hours a day. So like, and that it helps navigating through the city, but also it helps with the just accepting that like you gotta be patient, and like it's gonna take you a while to get somewhere. But that's very true what they say about LA. It definitely, traffic's a bitch out here. There's more cars than roads for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's intense. Like it's a whole different story. Like when I go to Miami, I went to LA and then I went to Miami in the same year, and I was expecting the LA traffic experience in Miami, and I was getting places like an hour and a half early, bro. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
how you like Miami? Miami's beautiful, isn't it?
Miami's lovely, man. Miami's like it's almost like it's like LA without a lot of the problems. Like it's like LA,
Yeah.
they done solved a lot of the problems.
I think whenever I hear Miami or go to Miami, I feel like it's way more like luxurious than Los Angeles. Now I've had the same conversation with Adam, and he's told me before, like, bro, you're so fucking stupid. What are you talking about? I don't know. When I go to Miami, it's like it's just some rich vibe. You know what I mean? Like everyone got a fucking Lamborghini, everyone got BBL. You go to LA, it's just like fucking ice cream carts and fucking beat up Tondas, like
I feel like you can ball out on a budget more in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
I
LA,
be hearing that. I be hearing
lot.
that a lot. I've never even gone out of my way to ask how much a yacht is to rent. Maybe I should. Maybe it's not as crazy as what I think it is. But LA, yeah, I don't think that there's too many opportunities to be like a baller outside of like the club. You know what I mean? Like you want to go buy some clothes, go for it. But like, there's no like front stage like getting a yacht and like trailing it across like South Beach like how it is over there in Miami.
Bro, I honestly, bro, I just love America. You know, people always talk about like, oh, you know, the UK is so sophisticated and it's so fancy. But bro, I'm sick of the UK, bro. Shit's cold.
What?
It was
I
snowing
always
today, bro. I'm it's
Yeah,
dead.
I hate the snow. I hate cold weather so
Ugh.
much. I think it's just from being out here. But man, I grew up being obsessed with the Beatles and rocking with Manchester United. So man, I feel like we need to trade places.
Hey, bro, listen, like, you know what I'm
I
saying? We
got John
can.
Lennon tatted, bro. Look at that shit. Where's it at?
Damn,
Yeah, I got tattoo right here. You probably can't even see that, but I
damn,
got a signature.
you're a real honorary Englishman, man. I just got King Von tatted, so
Oh yeah, we're supposed to definitely trade places.
bro, I'm in the wrong place. So, bro, this year, bro, I'm trying to go to Chicago this year. It's the one thing they say I can't do, and I'm trying to go. But have you ever been?
Ross, yes. What I got homies that are from Chicago, man. They'll give you a whole tour, a whole like
Yeah.
proper tour. Yeah, we'll just get you in a shiesty. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you
Okay,
some
bro.
pit vipers so they can't see nothing, and you'll be good.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. A few people have said to me, bro, you need to go there in the shiesty. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to be shiestied out with the same glasses. They're going to know exactly who it is.
No, Ross, you go there with a shiesty, it would be the best Instagram post I ever seen in my life. I already see it right now. Like, I want you to stand up in front of the Vaughn Memorial by that liquor
Mm,
store and just like with a loose shiesty over your head. You know what
bro.
I mean? Like I see the photo already panned out.
Bro,
We
you know what's funny? It's like I don't even really post much on Instagram because I know the only post that I want to make is like me on 63rd or at O Block. Like, there's no other post worth making. Like, I don't think there's any point. I'm not posting until I'm in Chicago. I don't care. Like, that's all I want
I'm
to do.
here for that. I am here for that, bro. I agree. I agree. We don't want to see nothing until you post up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and
I'll
you know for a fact when I post that shit, I'm gonna be all the way back home.
literally, bro. Yeah, you're already gonna be out the area. The geo catches are gonna be able to get on there. Like you'll be good. But man, or you just need to rent out a B&B and like on like O Block or something. I'm sure there's like a cool little
I got
shared
I
house.
got a homie. I got a homie that does like hood vlogs, and he goes to like different countries and different hoods and shit. And he was telling me, he was like, bro, they're on it. He was saying he was trying to do an interview at an Airbnb, and he was trying to have some rappers come through, and he was like literally within 5 minutes of them turning up, they saw all the rappers turn up with shiesties on the Ring doorbell, and they were like, they cancelled my Airbnb within 5 minutes of them dudes turning up, bro.
Oh,
They're hot on
fuck.
it.
Oh yeah, no, they'll be on it right there. Definitely, they know the trenches that they're in. But I think you should go to Chicago, bro. What? Come on, if 6ix9ine went, Traveler Ross is being invited with a red carpet. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like it's not like you're going out your way to say anything outside of the truth. You just you go in there and like if you're studying World War II, of course you gotta go to the different forts and shit across Europe and shit. So you're documenting another war. You gotta go over there and touch the soil for a second.
It's facts, bro. You know what's funny, man? It's like, documenting gang conflict. It's like sometimes I'll be watching like a World War II documentary, and it's like there's damn near similarities. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, bro, all of this shit started like when you look at like World War One, like all this shit started because one dude was in the wrong place and got smoked, and it was just back and forth for damn near 10 years until a
Yeah.
million people was dead. Like this shit, like conflict is the same all around the world, bro. And sometimes that shit blows my mind. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
I
I don't
just
know,
I just wish they had drill music like 60 years ago. That's what
bro.
there would be some amazing like that's interesting because like Elvis was coming out around the 50s and shit. Like, why wasn't there any World War II songs? Like, there's just songs about like soldiers and shit, but there need to be songs about like smoking Hitler. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like Nagasaki, like all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a song for all that. You
You
know?
know what's funny, bro? I talk about this a little bit in my Young Boy documentary. Is I kind of say like, if you go all the way back to like the American Civil War, like the Confederacy and shit, like they were playing these like marching band songs about
They
how they were like
were.
riding on the ops, and they would literally do it before they go into battle to get hyped up to go and
Man,
do a
that's
drill.
just some American shit, right? I think like the day the conflict started out here, the day the Boston Tea Party went down, everyone's like, "Man, we gotta make a song about this shit." Fuck that.
Bro, it's hard, man. You know what? You know what else? I always think's a crazy one. They say that in like World War II, like the Nazis were like giving their soldiers meth so that they could get like
Oh, I
methed
keep
up
hearing
and go
that.
into war. And then now you hear all these rappers talking about I got to pop a pill to do a drill. It's the same shit.
It's the same shit, bro. I don't understand it, man. You hear about the drugs this man Hitler was on, bro? You would think he was a rapper already. Maybe he was just waiting for the right time.
Bro. And bro, he was selling out stadiums.
Opium and shit too. Like, come on.
Yeah, bro, he was getting lit. He was getting on it, bro, for real. Bro, it's crazy. You know what's mad is like, I don't know. Maybe we ain't got to get into it too much, but it's just like all the shit with like Kanye, where he was like riding on the on you know what I'm saying, that certain group of people, and now he's apologizing.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, it's crazy when you think about like how history kind of repeats itself. Like I look at Andrew
it
Tate, and
definitely has.
I low key think Andrew Tate might be new Hitler 2.0.
That, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe this might be a little too political to speak on here, but it's like I have seen like a new raise, like a new rise of Jewish hate. It's weird, bro. It's weird seeing that shit online. It's just like, 'cause I have Jewish friends, you know, I have people who are pro and anti, and it's just like it be messing my head up. Like, you know, there's no other religious group that people outside of Scientologists, which I also think is unfair, but like it's just like there's no other group people judge so hard on. And I understand that, you know, you talk about like social economical differences, you know what I mean, influence and all that, but like it's insane. Now I saw Kanye make that apology. Apparently it was to like appease Backstreet Boys. I think one of them might be Jewish to a certain extent, but like he was trying to he was saying an apology out there because he wanted to get that song cleared.
Damn, really? Is that why?
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's what I heard. You know,
But
and
who is he trying to get that cleared by? Like he was literally trying to get that cleared by like I don't even, you know what, I don't even know. I ain't even trying to get down this rabbit hole. You know, I just realized the shit we're talking about. I'm derailing the conversation, bro.
yes, yeah.
But what I wanted to ask you, bro, was so like I'm not trying to ask any drama questions, but like,
Oh yeah, go for it.
how do you feel about like your time at No Jumper? Because I feel like I think I tapped in with you before you were on there, and then when
Yeah,
I saw you pop up on there, I was like, oh, it's dude that I've been talking to that from House Phone and all that type of shit. But like, I feel like that was a lot of people's first opportunity finding out about you. Like, how did shit
absolutely.
change for you when you were on No Jumper? And then also, I feel like you exited very gracefully compared to other certain people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. So thank you. So first and foremost, you know, like I told Adam, like, bro, thank you for the opportunity. You know, when I quit, I told him all that. You know, going into it, I had around like 30,000 on Instagram, and that was just all from like, sorry, 40,000. That was all from like my developed streetwear audience. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this already at that point for years. I
Mm.
already made my name within my own market. You know, once I got onto the platform, that brought me, I doubled my following. You know, I think people learned to appreciate my personality. You know, and I kind of had like training wheels. You know, just dealing with House Phone and just knowing the cast and shit, like they would let me on, like once every 7 months to kind of like come on the channel. And one thing about the No Jumper chat is like if they don't fuck with you, they'll let you know. You know what I mean? It's a very tough crowd.
Yeah, facts.
It's very
That's
hard to
facts.
convince them the other side sometimes. But I had a really great experience. Now I decided to leave the minute things started getting weird. I left before Houseful and I left before everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I just didn't show up to a show one night. It was a Thursday show. I didn't pull up. And then just Friday morning, I just texted Adam, like, look, bro, like, I kind of don't even want to be on this anymore. And he was like, okay, like, it is what it is.
Mm.
And, I decided to quit. And then from there, like, everybody else quit, bro. I like to be known as that Jenga piece. But, going into it, I knew that this wasn't something that I want to be, that wanted to be documented on my tombstone. Like, I don't need my Wikipedia to have a whole bullet point on podcasting, which I think is too late. I'm going to have it. But, it's never been my main goal to like be known as a host or like just known for talking. Like I want to be known for my products and for art. So anything that like the tears from that original plan, like I start wondering like is it even meant for me? Like it started getting to a point, yeah, where like Adam was exposing House Phone, and I'm like this shit got nothing to do with me on like the surface level, but like just being here, like I'm not trying to be on like no weird, like it just started becoming too much like a reality show. And I think that was the vanity almost. That was the beauty of No Jumper for a while. It's like it really felt like this everything was filmed live, you know what I mean? anything could happen right there and then. It was filled with drama. It was filled with real emotions. And like one thing I do want to tell the chat, like every single thing that you saw, whether it was from my page or the No Jumper show or fucking at the end of the day, it was all real. You know what I mean? There was never no scripted moments and shit like that. So I think that's what kept people excited. But yeah, as soon as I left, you know, it felt good knowing that there was still like people who wanted to stick around and check out for me. You know, it's like when you leave a big channel like that, you're kind of like left wondering like, damn, is anyone even gonna care? So like it's exciting knowing that there's people who still tune in, check out what we got going on the podcast level, you know. And like I said, like it broadcasted my products to a way larger crowd that I wasn't covering before, you know. And I made an opportunity every single time I was on the show. I was releasing constantly new products. You know, we were selling out every single product at the time. So you know, it was a very good time. And like I said, no one was putting out ashtrays, no one was putting out plushies. So I seized the opportunity. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put all these products out. We're also gonna we're gonna prop them in the back of the fucking on the back of the desk, or we're gonna put this ashtray on the table just to, you know, now make it part of the moment. So that was all stuff that I like considered and like, you know, just did it while I was down there. But you know, Adam's definitely reached out to me like a handful of times, but like I think he knows that you know, I'm not really trying to like I don't really benefit being on No Jumper as much as people might want to think. Like, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, I just want to be known for like my art and like my products. And I think he could respect that too. You know, he's definitely done me a solid favor. There was someone who was talking shit about me on his channel, and he told me before it came out, and he deleted the whole like part of it. So I respect him on that, you know?
Yeah, bro. I feel like honestly, you're one of the people that I feel when it came to No Jumper, I feel like, and I mean this in a positive way, I feel
Mhm.
like you milked it for the most, and in like a good way. Like you made the most of it. You navigated it in the best way that was beneficial to you. But then when you left, it was kind of like very clear that you didn't need it, and you had your own ideas, your own vision of the things that you wanted to do. And you know what I'm saying? I love Adam. Like he's someone I look up to. He's like a mentor to me. He helps me navigate the game. But at the same time, it's like what he's got going on isn't perfect for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
you're in kind of a different lane. And I think that, you know, a lot of the people that came and went from the show, you know what I'm saying? I've honestly, like, damn near, I've loved all of the hosts on that show, to be honest. Like, I got no bad words to say about anybody. But like, I low key I just loved the show and the different characters. It was damn near like wrestling. Like I remember when I came and sat down with you on Reconnected that month, that week when I was in LA, and I damn near a few comments I made, damn near just it all just created this domino effect of drama, and there was like a whole week of drama there, and it was like that energy, bro. It was just like nothing else, just being around
Oh
that.
yeah, no, it made it very difficult to even date. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like these critters on you know Reddit and all these pages, you know, they'll make your whole reality a focal point and just the topic of discussion amongst themselves. And you know, like I said, like I already had my platform. I was already selling out products. I already was making hundreds of thousands before I got on that channel. So like going into it, I always saw it as like a plus. Like, let me do this for fun. So the moment, you know, they don't even pay you a whole lot. So it wasn't for the income. Like the moment it started not to make sense, that's the moment I decided, okay, you know what, maybe I should just dip out. Like it don't really make sense for me, you know. And you know, I pride myself on just knowing when the right time to leave something is. You know what I mean? Like I've done it my
yeah.
whole life. You know, like I just know, you get a sixth sense when shit just ain't gonna work out, and you gotta kick them out, or you gotta leave the situation. And you know, I love being in control of my own narrative, and I'd rather the conversation be Blazzy quit than like Blazzy, we fired his bitch ass. Well, he wasn't showing up, you know. So you know,
Yeah.
you do that by just like, you know, just being proactive on certain situations. But like, you know, everybody, whether it's like T-Rail, Adam, you know, Sharp, AD, do know, like, you know, I've talked to every single one of them since I left. You know, I've had FaceTime calls, one-on-ones, you know, and like everyone's all peaches and creams, you know, like no one judges each other for their decisions that they made. And like even down to Adam, like he's never been like he's never had any resentment towards me. He's never, you know, he's gone out of the way to protect my name, you know, in the last year. So I respect the hell out of that. But like, yeah, it's never been like something where it's been like murky or ugly. Josh is the only one who hasn't responded to me or hit me up. I think I've talked to Josh actually, but Yeah, I still need an invoice paid over there, man. But I like to say that because I'd rather say that no jumper owes me money than like no jumper doesn't.
They be talking about Josh like an evil mastermind, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get on his bad side by no
Oh
means.
my god, Josh is definitely the puppet master. Listen, this motherfucker got he got his own office right there, but he's always been someone that like before he became like this boogeyman on like Reddit or whatever. Like I've known him for years prior to that, just from like putting my head into the office and stuff. Like, and he's always been cool with me. He's always been respectful. He's always tried to see it my way. And like people don't give him no credit, but he really is a show producer. Like when we were doing Disconnected, he was telling us that you gotta do this or that, you gotta do more of this. He would tell us at the end of the show, like, y'all killed it, or today's show wasn't good, guys. Like, what's up? So like
Yeah.
I respect Josh for what he's done, but like yeah, I for sure haven't talked to that fool in like a year now, but like Adam, I'll respond to his stories every 3-4 months ago, like, bro, you're fried, or LOL, so true, like, but it don't really go further than that. He invited me to his birthday party, but it's like, bro, I can't be doing all that. You know what I mean? Like, you play my boy, I can't be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be content about it. It's gonna get way deeper than what it needs to be.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. When you got the Reddit looking over your shoulder, it's like you put your foot in the wrong direction and they're going to be on your case, bro. It's a difficult thing to navigate, bro. And I feel like you were always quite good at keeping the masses, keeping the audience on your side. You've always been very likable.
Well, the thing is I come from the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm a troll at heart. I came from just trolling. I'm blocked on Twitter by Space Goes Perp. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Like,
hey, me too, bro. He banned me from Miami.
hey, that's my background. You feel me? That I come from that cloth of just being a troll and just like bugging people. So like, it's kind of ironic. Like all the years I spent, like from like 18 to 23, trolling people is now being affected to me as an adult.
Yeah.
But like, I don't ever take judgment too harsh. Like it becomes almost like an addiction looking into like what people got to say about you. But then you start realizing like you're looking at a very warped perspective of yourself. I think Andrew Callahan said it best. It's like, it's literally like an echo chamber of the worst and the best things said about you. It's not normal for people to tell you you're the best, you're the GOAT.
Mm.
I fucking love you every single day. That's unhealthy for you. But in that same vein, it's also unhealthy for you to read, you're the worst person ever, Blazzy. I hate you so much. Bro, go die. You know what I mean? That's not healthy. You wouldn't run into those situations otherwise, having this platform. So I've gone to full blown like deleting apps like Reddit and shit like that. Cause it's like, even if I'm not looking for it, I'm just over here like on different Reddits for like Lil Yachty or Balenciaga, like you're still gonna see Blazzy pop up and that could affect your day. And like, you should really be worried about the ones who like know you, their opinions, rather than like, Joe Bob in his mom's fucking pit in his mom's basement, So
Yeah,
but
facts.
it's definitely a learning. It's easier said than done. I know people who are like trapped and they're obsessed with knowing what people think about them. And like I said, you put yourself in you put yourself in a very toxic position. Like you never want to think that like your farts don't smell or like that you really are the worst person on earth. Like that's not healthy.
Yeah, it's easy to kind of like live and die by the Reddit, Like for me, I've
No.
always just known that it's like it is what it is, and you've got to keep a healthy detachment from it, Like
Yeah.
one day, like for me, it's like there's like different communities. It's like no jumper fuck with me, but then Chiracology hate me, and it's like there's different areas, and you can navigate different ways. But like I say, you live and die by the Reddit. I feel like somebody that really became a victim of the Reddit, and I like him, but like Lush. He
I knew you were
really
gonna say that,
he
man.
let the Reddit build him up and then tear him down, man.
Well, that's what I say. So like I'm a I'm gonna let y'all know this now. Like before, like he was doing these like ask me anything like Reddit questions. I was doing the same. I was tapped in on the Reddit on a account level for like a couple months prior to that. And you just see the narrative getting spun from like, oh my god, we love Blazzy to like maybe we don't like Blazzy and
Mm.
maybe we should judge him right here on this part. And like, maybe we should judge his personal life right there. And you can't crash out of over that stuff. Once the minute goes sour, just check out. Lush was somebody you can never fight the internet. You're never gonna win, no matter how hard you try. The winternet runs this shit. You know what I mean? And the minute you start fighting the back, the minute you're gonna have to start accepting you're not gonna win this battle. And I've had conversations with Lush. I've had conversations with Disaster. Like, man, how can we stop this fool? And like, I know that Lush means well, and he has that obsessive internet identity, kind of like how I'm saying, where it's like we came up as like common dwellers, as trolls, So like, you're gonna want to like talk to the trolls in 2023 and 2024 and see how it is different and maybe troll with them, but you can't see them as like friends or supporters. They're just there to cause flames. You really gotta subconsciously just look at yourself and start realizing like, okay, there's people I follow on social media that hate, and I can't tell you why I hate them. I mean, I just hate them, and like sometimes you're that person for a lot of people. And for someone like Lush, it's like, yeah, bro, you got to remember, like, they will say the best things possible about you. But with that being said, they have the power to say the worst things about you, where it involves family and it's the disrespect you never even heard before in your life. Like, so like I mentioned, like, you can't ever crouch out. I look at, like, sometimes I'll go on academics and I'll look at a post about Kanye West or even a post about Playboy Cardi, who we all know gets like huge love and like he has a huge cult family. So you go through the comments, everyone's like, this is ass. He's so weird. Fuck him. You got to accept that, like, anytime these blogs or people really discuss you, like, you're going to be the butt of the joke 6 times out of 10, for the most part. So I've just trained myself, like, you can't look at them, Blazzy, you can't look at them for, what's the word for, I don't know, just like, for the approval. I can't use the right word, but you can't look at them for approval the same way you can't look at them for, like, like judgment on like your character. They don't know you that well, for the better and for the worse.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's like, you're kind of opening your life, you're opening your emotions up to the public. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not detached from them, you're literally just letting your heart and your emotions open to these people to just pick and manipulate. And it's like, bro, if you're not got thick skin, if you're not prepared for that shit, bro, they're just gonna go to town on you and do a number on you, bro. And that's you know what I'm saying? You're a real person.
You have to accept in your head like what you're known for and what you're gonna die being known as, and just like everything else is just for the birds. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna die a fucking go-to designer. The best ever did it. No one did it like me. And like anything you say, like, oh, he's stupid. Oh, he needs to put down the blunt. Like, that's all extra talk for me. Like, I ain't really tripping on that because that's away from my main goal. Like, so that's all I got. Yeah, say about that. And I think the audience members, they get it, and that's why the ones that rock with me, they rock with me hard. I got a real core.
For real, bro. No, you got a real engaged fan base, and you know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of what you do. I love what you do. I see that you're thinking on another level to a lot of people that are in this game, bro. So I really appreciate it, and I've really enjoyed just hearing about like your ideas, your inspiration, your processes. So as we're getting
individuals, and sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Feels like you, Ross, that kind of like keep me excited, because like, man, if on paper you look at my demographic, it's like some Mexican kid in like Southeast LA, so like that, to know someone from across the pond rocks with me, man, that's beautiful. I love that.
Hell yeah, bro.
That keeps me going. I wanna even go bigger and deeper. Pause.
Well, hey, big pause. But like, you know what I'm saying? Big ideas and good ideas, they go beyond borders and they go beyond language. And I feel like, as you said at the start of the conversation, bro, you're coming up with ideas that are like, you're taking the entire conversation and the culture, and you're condensing all of that into a pinpoint, into a product, into a magic moment, into a punchline that, like you say, people are going to enjoy these products for 10, 20 years and like look back at this moment and the stuff that you were doing and say that it really kind of summed up what was going on. So the last thing I want to ask you, bro, right at the end of this conversation, as we get to our hour, what is it that people need to look out for you in 2024, bro? It's the start of the year, it's January. Like, I know you're going to have a big year, but what should they look out for?
I mean, I just want to say, I want to transition to an artist. You're going to see a lot more art pieces. I think last year we did a really great job at releasing new products, but what we really did was hold back all the best products. So I'm excited about just consistently rolling out new items. We did 40 new items last year. I think that's where we're going to keep it at this year. And just that transition to becoming like an artist, like, I really want to release larger than life items. Like, before I pass, I want to sell big pieces to like an apartment complex or to a business plaza. Like, that's my goal. I just want to create things that are like 60 feet high, or I want to be recognized for that whenever I pass away. So that's really my goal, and you'll start to see a transition of that this year. More on that, I didn't really get a chance to stream too much last year. I think we had a good roll of streaming a couple years ago, so that's definitely something that I'm gonna bring back, probably starting next week. So those are my plans right there, man. I'm really excited for this year. I got my head in the game, and like I told myself, like my New Year's resolution is like I've never experienced burnout before, and that's what I want to experience. Like I want to know what it feels like to like truly use all your gears and just be exhausted. Like I've always felt like I've never reached my full potential every year. It's either been like an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. I want to be 10. I want to be 11 out of 10 this year. I want to know what it feels like. So that's my goal. Be careful what you wish for, though. Shit.
No, I feel that, bro. I respect that. You know what it is? I feel like people like me and you know, people that are like really motivated and really passionate. I feel like you never feel like you're at a 10 out of 10 because you always feel like you got something else to give, some new idea, some new level to take it to. So I feel like it's a gift and a curse when you're really passionate about your work. Like, bro, I damn near every video I drop, I'm like, nah, that ain't the one though. That ain't the one I was trying to make.
Yeah, dude, that happens to me with every single product. Just know
Mm,
that, Ross, because I mean, I would assume that your videos take also like 3 to 9 months to develop,
mm,
to edit and get through that whole process. I'm the same way where it's like you have this aha, this voila moment, and then that honeymoon starts to fade away after 3 6 months. So whenever you're done watching this video for the 20th time, it kind of feels like solely work, and it kind of makes you wonder like, damn, is my audience going to be able to appreciate this the same way I was able to appreciate when I heard this idea in my head?
mm.
That's one thing that I struggle with as a designer. I'll be honest with you. Almost like I feel like sometimes I could be like a pessimist, and like sometimes I could doubt myself. Like for instance, this intent speaker, like I said, like we've been developing this for over a year in particular, this product. And this was something that like as I was creating the content for it, I'm telling myself like, Blazzy, this might not be your most popular piece, you just got to put it out. I was having that talk with myself, sure you might have found yourself in that similar situation.
Yeah.
Once I released it, it got more comments than any product I put out last year. You know what I mean? So like, I'm really excited about that. And just like, it's just a reflection that, just remember that no one's seen this thing like how you've seen it before. Like, Blazzy, you've already lived with this thing for a year and a half, you've experienced this lifeline. Like, your audience has it. Like, just trust the process. Try to experience that moment you had when you first seen it or heard it.
Bro, I think those are the, you know what I'm saying, those are the sorts of thought patterns that I think people that at the top of their game often go through, It's that self-doubt that sometimes keeps you humble, you know what I'm saying? It's people that walk around thinking they're the shit and thinking that every idea is a 10 out of 10. Those are the people that crumble, man. Like, I remember when I was ready to drop my King Von documentary, bro, in the lead up, I was thinking, I'm like, do people really want to watch King Von for 3.5 hours? Like, is this really that interesting? Like, do people really care? Like, is this, did I spend 3 months on this? And you know what I'm saying? That shit was the biggest thing I ever did. And you don't know, bro, because it's like you're always doubting yourself, but it's that keeps you humble, I feel.
Literally, yeah. And I owe that definitely to my humbleness for sure. Like, that'll definitely keep me in check because sometimes you are right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, you just always gotta be on your feet. And like, I'm just a firm believer. It's like the moment you start thinking your shit don't stink, is really gonna start smelling what to do. So you gotta
That's
be
facts,
careful
bro.
of that. You know what I mean? And you gotta treat everybody with respect. I'm big on that as well. I spent a lot of time coming up, dealing with entitled people, working for different companies and stuff. And like, I just see how like dickheads work. And I always told myself, I don't ever want to be that person. Like, they seem like someone likable.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. But you know what I'm saying? You're humble. I feel like your designs are excellent. I feel like you're just getting started. You know what I'm saying? I love your
Yeah, I feel
work.
like
I
I'm
think it's
just getting
great.
started. Sure.
You're still cooking, bro. I feel like there's greatness on the way, man. So I can't wait. I'm hyped to come to your live art installation. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Definitely.
be in like 2 3 years time. I want to be sitting on a Blazzy couch with a Blazzy art piece on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That is where I want to be. So
We'll
I
make it
can't wait.
happen, bro. I'll definitely make that happen for you, Ross, for sure, man. Like I said, like you've been an early supporter, but even before I had products, before I was on No Jumper. So like, I respect you and thank you for like like considering me enjoying your however you consume the content. But man, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you throwing me on here. Like, it caught me off guard. I'm like, what? Ross wants to talk to me. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, listen, we'll do it again soon. Hopefully, we'll do it again in person. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time, bro. Big Blazzy. Nothing's personal in the building, man. It's been lit.
Nothing is personal, man. Appreciate you, Ross. Appreciate all y'all watching.
Take care, bro. I'll catch you soon.
Take care. Peace.
In a bit. Peace. There you have it, people. The Blazzy interview. That was lit, my guy. I feel very inspired. I know you were in the chat. I see you all in the chat talking about glazing, but I'm telling you, this guy is greatness personified, bro. He's gonna go on to do big things. He's already doing big things. And I feel like we just had an early talk with a legend. You know what I'm saying? We're getting in while the stock's low. I'm trying to buy all the Blazzy art pieces now while they're cheap, like his goddamn economics teacher did with his Mr. Brainwash pieces. I'm gonna be at the Blazzy auction with my paddle. You know what I'm saying? Bidding up and up. Oh, not too high. Hopefully not too high. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get there, man. Shout out to Blazzy. Appreciate everybody for checking in for the interview, for the live stream. If you were here and you caught it live, you truly are a real one. But we're gonna have clips, we're gonna have everything up on Trap Law Clips, so make sure that you check in with that and subscribe. And until next time, it's been your boy, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you.